Merry Christmas! You want to come in and see my Winter Wonderland guest room? Right this way. What a lot of you don't know is when I was pregnant with Shara 30 years ago, she actually had a twin. And the twin did not make it, the twin died. And so Shara is a miracle baby. But I spent an entire month in the hospital and then I was on bed rest for the last month of my pregnancy. She was born in December. So it's the same time of year that I was pregnant that Shara is pregnant now with Sawyer. It also just so happened that my girlfriend, way back when, 30 years ago, asked me to decorate her home for her. My mother was in town. And so my mom and I went to my friend's house. I laid on the sofa because I was in bed rest. And I directed my mom. Now, if you decorate by yourself, you know what I'm talking about. You get up on a ladder, you put it up, you get down. So with us, I was laying on the sofa and I could say, no, Mom, to the left, a little to the left. How about, okay, we need one right down there to the right. Because I had the perspective laying down there that she didn't have right up on the tree. And it was such a great memory that we decorated that tree together. And you know what? It's one of the most beautiful trees I think I've ever decorated. Now, here we are 30 years later. Shara is pregnant at the same time of year that I was with her. Kind of similar story, right? She's like 8 months pregnant. She's exhausted. So she's been able to sit and point and direct with me. So how full circle is that? Isn't that sweet? And then of course, Shara was born on December 17th, my little Christmas miracle baby. Of course, this is an absolutely beautiful guest room in the first place. A great space for a king-size bed in front of a window, all the white bedding. And you'll notice that for Christmas, I just added one simple little Christmas tree pillow. Something like that can make a statement that says, even on the bed, it's Christmas. I've always wanted to have the kind of windows that Shara has in this house. Why? Well, because I think these are so fun. These little candles, aren't they so cute? A beautiful wreath hanging from the window, and it actually just hangs right from the curtain rod. And then I paired them on either side of this mantle. The mantle itself is covered with a garland. Now, if you're interested in seeing how I did this, the process, there's going to be 2 more videos. One on windows, which will show you the details of how I did these windows, and one on mantles. It's not just this mantle and this window, it's also other windows and mantles in Shara's home. So come back in the next few days for those videos because we'll go into much more detail. But for now, take a look at how I was able to create a beautiful first impression in this room that not only has the mantle in the center, but it is flanked on either side with the windows done in the wreaths, creating magnificent symmetry. I do want to say that all of these flocked garlands and the trees and everything you see on these things are all from Shinoda Design Center. They have partnered with us this year, and I'm telling you, everything here is available on their website, so you should check them out. Now, if you have a fireplace that cannot have an actual burning fire log in it, try something like this. I just put a few artificial branches down here, ran some battery-operated twinkle lights, just a sweet little owl on top, and then I put my Wolford candles. Now, I love my Wolford candles. They come in all these different sizes, but they are oil candles that are completely encased in glass. So you can have a lit candle in your room, but it's still very safe. And aren't they absolutely beautiful? It gives the impression of warmth and the fire glow of a fireplace without having to actually light something. Because we're not sure what's up in there. We know this house has been here for 100 years. I'm sure they've had fires in here a million times, but now's not the time they want to fire that puppy up. Not quite yet. Because I did so much ribbon in here, typically I'd like to hang a wreath or a mirror like this from another ribbon, but I thought I don't want to do too much ribbon, so look what I did. I used one of my rhinestone jewel pieces that I got from Shinoda, and I hung it on the wall using sticky tack. Come back a watch the mantle video that we'll be putting up later this week, and we'll tell you how that jewel right there is hanging this mirror. If you hear a little click-clack, it's not the train down the road, it's my earrings, because they make noise. Sorry. The first thing I want to talk to you about when it comes to decorating any room in your house for Christmas is to think about the placement of things. And sometimes the very first place you think of, like for instance, where your Christmas tree should go, maybe isn't the best place. In this guest room, I found that to be true myself. Now I have this guest room on my SketchUp model, which it makes it really easy. You don't have to actually move a big, huge tree. You can just do it in the model. But here's what I did. Normally, I would walk into this room and go, oh, the tree would go in the corner. That makes sense, right? It's the most obvious choice. What if I wanted to play up symmetry? I wanted to really focus on and get the most out of the architecture that was already in this room. And what if I wanted to have a beautiful, symmetrical first impression? And most important, I didn't want all my decorations to be in one southwest corner of the house. If I had put the Christmas tree right here, everything would have been right here. What if I had done my windows, these two windows, and the mantle and the tree? Do you see how everything would be clumped together? Why not spread it out, create some balance in your room, and create something that's absolutely beautiful? Just remember that decorating your home for Christmas has so much to do with moving some of the things that you normally have around so that your space feels beautiful. If you bring in all of your Christmas decorations and you keep all of your regular furniture and everything in its place, your house is going to feel claustrophobic. And look, I placed it in such a way that I can easily get around to either side and get to my place back there. I'm giving you permission to move some things around and to think outside of the box. Look at how amazing this tree is in this location. So leave me a comment, let me know, do you think this is perfection? But I just think that the symmetrical first impression is amazing. And then at night, what a way to drift off to sleep. Here's a second tip for you. If you'd like to add some magic to your tree and create an ethereal glow, try running a strip of twinkle lights down the center of your tree. By doing that, the twinkle is coming from deep within the tree. And depending on how thick and dense your tree is, it's a really magical effect. Now in this, I've actually covered up some of those lights with the boa feathers, but you can still see how it blinks underneath there, and yet it's not all the way to the tips, which can get annoying when it's just blinking the whole time. And along those same lines, the third tip would be to add in random places throughout your tree these motorized spinners. These are the best thing, and I use them on nearly every tree I ever decorate. And it is exactly what brings the tree to life. And then of course, the fourth tip would be to cover your motors with a little piece of flocking or green, whatever your tree is. You can hot glue that on there, and that will hide the motors. Be sure to come back this week and watch the video of us decorating, Shara and myself, decorating the trees downstairs in her living room and in her dining room. In that, we actually talk about how LED lights do not work with spinners. In fact, spinners are not LED approved. So a lot of people are having a hard time because trees nowadays, they're all LED trees, right? That's just about all you can buy. So you're finding that you can't use your spinners. Well, we have an answer for that. So come back and watch that video. We've figured it out. We got a hack. We got a hack for that. And tip number 5 is creating a sense of flow from one decorated area to the other by repeating the same finishes and colors in your decorations. Notice the connection between the greens that I use in this room. It's kind of a principle that I use with Christmas decorating. If you're going to use flocked, then you're going to want to have a flocked mantle garland, and you're going to want to have a flocked wreath. Rather than mix green and flocked, For those of you that are members of the design sessions, you know, we've got tutorials on everything you need to know for actually how to decorate your trees, your mantles, your fireplaces, your staircases, every single thing you could possibly think of in detail. They are from start to finish. It's like you're standing right next to me and you're watching me put my decorations together. It's a great way to learn. That will show you everything you need to know on how to do a room like this. But look here, add the addition of the icicles on the tips, along with the little jewel pieces, my clear glass ornaments, and then look at this beautiful swan at the top. The best part about this tree to me is the ability to use the boa feathers. I have never done that on a tree before, but I've always wanted to. And what's better place to do it than in a master bedroom or in a guest bedroom? It's a lot more feminine than some men would want. That's why you probably wouldn't do it in your living room, but perfect for a bedroom. I love how the champagne balls here in this polished and really shiny finish, along with the ones that are in the like the satin finish. Those connect so beautifully with what I put on the mantle garland. So the colors are connecting throughout the room. Then I bring it through again with my Santa here, same color. Then we pull that from the tree on over to the wreaths, where we've used the ribbon in the same color and that champagne, and that's kind of like the glittery champagne. That color ribbon is woven through the mantle, and then topping it all off back over here at my bed, we've got this great throw that pulls that color in together, and of course this very neutral color, and I think that's very similar. Glory to All right, so you guys, you got your 5 tips. You see my beautiful guest bedroom. I hope you love it. Please do come back. In fact, if you haven't seen the whole house walkthrough, Shara is going to show you exactly how the downstairs of her house turned out. And it is, I have to say, absolutely beautiful. So go over to her channel and watch that right now.